How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. And it's beer time. Pannepot time. Because it is a beer I'm totally going to go into reviewing. Absolutely expecting it to be fucking awesome. So if you're looking for fucking non-biasedness, you should probably keep watching because, who knows, it might fucking suck. Anyway, little history. I love Belgian beers. That's how I got into beers. So I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, I've never had this before. I've had Panepot before, but I've never had the Reserva, which is their the barrel aged version, the oak aged version of it. It's escaped me for many, many a year, and it landed locally on some shelves, and nobody's buying it, which is really fucking awesome. Till I post this and everybody buys it. Anyway, I'm really excited to give it a whirl. It's a Belgian quad Asian oak, made by the Struise Brewing. They make Black Albert and a multitude of other fantastically fucking amazing offerings. So I'll stop yammering and start talking more. Anyway, as far as what it says in the bottle, Pannepot Reserva 2012 Old Fisherman's Ale. Aged on oak. Shelton Brothers import. That be that. 10% alcohol by volume. I think that's it. Label-wise, awesome. It's kind of like, it's just awesome. It's quintessential old school style Belgian beer. You got your little ghetto cap up here. 2012 vintage. It looks like it was, I mean, it says here 10/20/12, but you would assume that would mean October 20th, but they reverse shit over there, so that doesn't work. So it's 2012 version. Anyway, let's push this tulip up here because, well, what else do I pour it in? I'm going to be an asshole not to pour it in the tulip. Get a nice little fucking hiss off that sucker. And let the fucking games begin. Let's see. Ooh, she's lively. I like this so far. I was going to pour it in there with some vigor to generate a head if she didn't have one. But based off of the initial pour, I dialed it back because this is not sideways as far as carbonation goes. Pinky finger. What do you want to call that head? Just north of town, south of what I want to call my my coffee to look like color-wise. Creaminess developing into super rockiness. Really vibrant carbonation on it too, and pretty dark, but not super dark. Dark for a quad, but not dark for a barrel-aged quad. It's got a really nice color to it. Rich mahoganies. A bit of like an orange kind of glow to it. So yeah, I mean, she looks fantastic. Let's see what she smells like. A lot of wet paper in that sucker. Yeah, I'm getting, your figginess, tons of figginess. Plums, I'm getting a big tannic, kind of oak tannin quality from it. I'm getting a lot of oxidation, wet paper oxidation, old paper oxidation in there. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it smells musty. It smells like a basement. A lot of people think that sucks. I think it's pretty fucking cool. But yeah, sugars abound. Not getting that atypical Belgian kind of yeastiness with it. Very datey, figgy, caramel-like, but not overly sweet. That oxidation is definitely there, so. She looks awesome. She smells super interesting. Let's see what she tastes like. Cheers. I like it. Ooh. Getting a lot of old on the end there. Okay, this is an old person's beer. That's what this is. This is all about liking old beer. Okay, first, when you get it in your mouth, Belgian sugar everywhere. All over the place. And when you start to swallow it, you get your deeper red fruits. You're getting your figs and plums and raisins, stuff like that. Finishes, you're getting a little bit of that kind of Belgian yeastiness, but then it settles out with just straight up wet paper oxidation in a beautiful way that I enjoy. There's kind of oak tannins kind of flowing through the whole thing. Not so much in the front, a little bit in the middle, and maybe it builds more than anything. Towards the end, you start to get that combination of that kind of wet paper oxidation with that drying oak tannin, maybe a bit negative, but at the same time, it's giving you a little bit of a ride. It's been a while since I've had the base, but I'll have to just knee-jerk. I think I like the base a little bit more. It could be a cellaring thing or how it was kept or whatever, but it's still a fucking amazing beer. And it's one of those things where I think People who haven't had aged beer, I think, would hate this. Even if they like quads. Because when I go, right there, when I went to take it in, I just got this huge waft of musty old book. And that turns so many people off. It's almost corked, which is funny because there's no fucking cork. I'm getting like this kind of corked kind of vibe from it. But I don't, it's just an intense kind of mustiness. But it kind of turns me on. And I dig it. It's a hard one to talk about, and I'm just going to jump right to that because I've covered it. You get your atypical Belgian flavors with a little bit of barrel, no booziness. I don't think it's in a boozy barrel. I think it's a straight up oak. The oak's nice. The tannins are a little bit negative. You're getting a lot of rich, dark fruits. The plums and the raisins, which I love, and a little bit richer than you typically get from younger beer. And let's skip to the talking about it part. Is one of the better barrel-aged Belgian quads I've had in a while. On the outside looking in, there's been some amazing ones. The Abbey Brandy Barrel Aged St. Bernardus, along with a multitude of the La Trappe ones, have been better than this for me, but they're few and far between, so it kind of defaults to that. But at the same time, it's like the best superhero, or the fifth best superheroes. I shouldn't say for the best superhero, the fifth best superhero, still a superhero. Value and availability. I've never seen it in my area. It's always been something I've never been able to find a Reserva before, but Pannepot in general is something I had to travel for. So your mileage is definitely going to vary. Value and availability. Value to me is a big NA because I think it's worth what you can get it for, if that makes any sense. A lot of people will be like, oh, this beer's too much, this beer's too little. It's market value, and if I see this for $6 or I see it for $18 for this size bottle, I'm never really offended because of an experience in itself. We don't see it that often, so it's kind of like the price point goes out the door, availability sucks, and just say this, if you like what, will you like this? In this incarnation that I'm drinking right now, if you like old beer, because that's what it is, just old beer. Old beer, mustiness with really beautiful kind of quaddy soul to it. At the same time, you do get rich dark fruits, so it's an interesting beer. I would love to get one of these. I would love to get a brand new one. I would love to get one equal distance old and see the progression on it. The oak barrel kind of throws a little wrench in the mix because that can be the wild card, but at the same time, it's a great beer, and brass tax is if you come across this and you've never had it and you like these styles of beers, if you don't pick it up, you're dumb. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you did or you didn't or somewhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below and like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. If you want to check us out anywhere else on the internet, you can. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, and all 4 of those places. And yeah, another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a beautiful Belgian quad right now. We'll see you next time. Cheers.